Hello everyone, so today I'm here talking about crowdfunding comics. So it's very difficult to get your foot in the comics industry, just like any other form of art. You've probably figured it out by now, but art school is a scam. More so now than ever, comic book publishers like Marvel and DC will look for people to hire rather than actually scrolling through the list of people who have applied. So chances are, if you don't already have an in with the industry, or if you don't know somebody who donates large portions of money to Marvel Comics, you're probably not getting in. So because there's a gate blocking a lot of artists and creators' way, a lot of people are turning to crowdfunding. Now, crowdfunding gives you the ability to basically create your own business and self-publish your comic book and completely fund the artists, the writing, the everything through the funds given to you by people who want to read your book. So whether or not you're publishing your book is actually up to the audience. It's up to the buyer for your book whether or not your book is worthy of getting published. And I think this is really great because I feel like there's a lot of people out there who don't actually feel like movies and comics and TV are actually giving them what they want. It's more so what executives want, what the upper top corporate wants. What they think you want and what you actually want tends to be very, very different. But with crowdfunding, you can actually look through all the different projects, all the different comics and creations, and you get to choose what you want to be made. And really, that's what capitalism should be. The audience, the customer should decide what they want to buy, and then the company should make that thing that the customer wants to buy. That's usually how the relationship between those two is supposed to coexist. Now, crowdfunding comic books has been booming these last few years. So much so that they're actually including it as comic sales, which is a big deal to include crowdfunded comics as being comic sales. It goes to show that they are actually part of the industry. Last year in 2018, crowdfunding comics made a grand total of like 5 million. In the first half of 2019, we've practically already reached 5 million. So it goes to show that it's just crowdfunding is making more and more through the comic books as the years go by because more people are turning to it. But even more so, now there's a whole sense of community in crowdfunding. Comic book creators will help get out word for other comic book creators. They'll have live streams, they'll have videos all talking about what comics they're interested in, what comics you should buy if you want something comedic, action-y, other genres, I don't know. And those same comic creators will also help fund your comic. They'll read it, they'll review it. So you actually have comic creators helping other comic creators instead of fighting each other for a job at Marvel. Because when you cater to the customer rather than the industry, you don't have to worry about knocking other people down to get yourself a boost. Everyone can have a boost. Everyone can have fun. Everyone can make a comic. That's probably what I love most about the crowdfunding comics community, is the fact that they're all about helping each other out, because we're all in bad spots at some points of our life. We all want careers. We all want to have our dream job out there, and sometimes we just need a little bit of a push to actually get somewhere. There are a lot of publishers out there who will publish crowdfunded comics. Like, I know that Antarctic Press will publish crowdfunded comics so that you can actually get it out there. So it's not just that you're getting the book to the people who helped fund it, but you're also getting it out there for new readers. I'm sure that a lot of people who crowdfund their comics will self-publish or turn to one of these publishers, and it's probably a good idea because, you know, you don't want to just limit your audience to only Indiegogo or only Kickstarter. Now, Indiegogo alone has been killing it this year. We have so many great comics that are already getting overfunded. So far, the most funded comic book has been Icarus and the Sun. I wish I got a copy of that when that was still going. It ended actually very quickly, but it made over $500,000, and that was funded at the beginning of this year alone. Of course, I'm sure that that has something to do with the artist being a super famous fan artist for Teen Titans. And then of course we have the infamous Ethan Van Sciver's Cyber Frog, Jawbreakers, Earthworm Jim, which is still going. And this is not typically the average amounts made through crowdfunding comics. These were definitely the big boys. Usually Kickstarter, most funded, is a good place to see the tip of the iceberg where comics would usually hit, but more recently it's just been going through the roof. So you see, like, these are some of the most funded Kickstarter comics right now, and the most overfunded one was at 78,000. So obviously nowhere near over 500,000. It goes to show you a lot more people are heading towards Indiegogo. Of course, fame has a big role to play on how much you can accumulate on these crowdfunding sites. And there are a lot of great comics on Kickstarter, and a lot currently going on Indiegogo. I see one over here Antarctic Press is doing. So the real reason why I made this video is basically to just give shout outs to a lot of great comics that are being funded through Indiegogo that I think are really cool and I think you should look into. If you haven't already, I know that a lot of us have probably emptied out our wallets by now. So we got Oddly Normal Book 4 over here by Otis Frampton. I remember I read one of the Oddly Normal books on Free Comic Book Day, I think it was. That was a while ago though. I don't even know what happened to that comic, but I remember it being good. It's definitely, you know, for kids, but you know, people know kids. Give kids comic books, help fund Oddly Normal. I'm sure they would love it. We got Monster MD. I am psyched about this one. Mainly because I love the art. I love it so much. It's such an expressive art style, and the coloring is also very well done. It really fits the medium very, very well. And this is one of the books that are actually very full. It's not like a 22-page issue or anything like that. It's actually like a full 100-page graphic novel story. Chaos, a story of blood and stone. Definitely a winner for me. Very interesting plot, great art. Airboy looks awesome. That's coming out soon, I'm sure. Lone Star, dude. This colorist is insane. I mean, this plot is like very, very basic, but I'm just blown away by the art and coloring. It looks sick. Movie Men, you've probably already seen my review of that one. I'm sure people who love the YouTube channel will probably love The Case of the Littlest Umbrella with that umbrella guy. Relic Shadows of Light, I know got some promotion through Bounding Into Comics if you wanted to look into that. Really surprised that Sporkman didn't get funded, and it seems like a solid idea. Then of course we got Battle Maiden Knuckle Bomb. I believe the last update said that this comic was basically all finished up, so if you want it, get it as soon as you can. Then of course we got Downcast, obvious hit. Almost at the 28,000 stretch goal. Almost there. Can we get it, guys? Can we do it? Problematic over here. That didn't get funded either. Although I do hear that George is going to be doing a new comic, Mary Sue. I'm honestly more excited about that. Can't wait till he has all of that figured out, and hopefully that one will get majorly funded. But of course, those are just a few suggestions of my own. I'm sure that you have your own suggestions, so go ahead in the comments, name off a bunch of comics that you want to see funded, that you think people should check out. You can use this video as a little promotional thing and link your own Indiegogo project. And if you don't see anything you like from my suggestions, always feel free to go on there yourself and find something that you personally enjoy. At some point, I'm gonna have my own Indiegogo projects, and I hope you stick around to see what I come up with. So of course, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Program restart.